Have you ever wondered why a male cardinal glows with such brilliant red feathers, even when surrounded by the dull colors of winter? Almost as if someone painted the bird by hand, while every other creature was left untouched. It is one of the most striking sights in the American backyard. Snow covers the ground. Bare branches stretch across a gray sky. The world seems almost colorless. Then suddenly, a flash of bright red appears among the trees. A northern cardinal lands on a branch, looking more like a tropical bird than a resident of a cold North American winter. For generations, people have admired cardinals for their beauty. They appear on greeting cards, holiday decorations, sports logos, and nature photographs. Their vivid color is so intense that it almost seems impossible, but behind those bright feathers lies a fascinating secret, one that connects diet, health, survival, and even romance in ways most people never imagine. At first glance, it might seem that cardinals are simply born red. After all, young male cardinals eventually grow into adults with dazzling crimson plumage. But the truth is far more interesting. The color of a cardinal's feathers does not come directly from the bird itself. In fact, cardinals cannot actually create red pigment from scratch. Instead, they must get the ingredients for their famous color from the food they eat. Deep within berries, seeds, fruits, and various plant materials are special compounds known as carotenoids. These natural pigments are responsible for many of the bright reds, oranges, and yellows found throughout nature. They help color carrots, pumpkins, tomatoes, and countless other plants. When a cardinal eats foods containing these pigments, something remarkable happens. Its body begins a complex chemical process. Special enzymes transform the yellow and orange pigments from food into the brilliant red pigments that eventually become part of the bird's feathers. In other words, every bright red feather on a cardinal's body began as something the bird found and ate. This discovery surprised scientists because it revealed that a cardinal's color is not merely decoration. It is actually a visible record of the bird's ability to find quality food and process it efficiently. And that changes everything. Imagine two male cardinals living in the same neighborhood. One has access to abundant nutritious foods and remains healthy throughout the year. The other struggles to find enough high-quality food or suffers from illness. When molting season arrives and new feathers begin to grow, the healthier bird can devote more resources to producing vibrant red plumage. The less healthy bird may develop feathers that appear slightly duller or less intense. To human eyes, the difference may seem subtle. To a female cardinal, it can mean a great deal. Researchers have found that feather coloration often serves as an honest signal of health and fitness. A brighter male may indicate strong genetics, good nutrition, and an ability to survive challenging conditions. This means the red feathers are doing much more than attracting our attention. They are part of a sophisticated communication system. When spring arrives and breeding season begins, male cardinals become especially active. They sing from treetops, defend territories, and display themselves to potential mates. Their bright red color acts like a visual advertisement. Without saying a word, the feathers communicate information about the bird's condition. Nature is full of examples like this. Peacocks display enormous tails. Some fish develop brilliant colors. Certain butterflies reveal dazzling wing patterns. Cardinals have their own version of this strategy. Their scarlet plumage helps tell a story about who they are, but there is another mystery hidden within their appearance. If bright red feathers are so useful, why aren't female cardinals bright red too? Anyone who watches cardinals regularly quickly notices the difference. Male cardinals are famous for their brilliant crimson feathers, while females are usually tan, brown, and soft gray with touches of warm red on their wings, crest, and tail. The answer lies in survival. Female cardinals spend significant time sitting on nests. During this period, remaining hidden becomes extremely important. A bright red bird sitting among branches would be easier for predators to spot. The female's more muted coloration provides camouflage, helping her blend into the surrounding environment, while protecting both herself and her eggs. Yet nature has not removed red entirely. Those subtle reddish accents still connect her visually to the species, while preserving the concealment she needs. It is a beautiful compromise between attraction and protection. The more scientists study bird coloration, the more they discover that color often serves multiple purposes simultaneously. In cardinals, bright feathers may attract mates, signal health, establish social status, and help individuals recognize one another. A single color can carry a surprising amount of information. Even more fascinating is the fact that cardinals do not stay exactly the same shade throughout their lives. Avenge, nutrition, environmental conditions, and overall health can all influence feather quality. A bird's appearance is constantly being shaped by the experiences it encounters. Every season leaves its mark. Every meal contributes a tiny piece. Every successful year helps create the bird we eventually see perched outside our windows. If you're enjoying uncovering these hidden secrets of bird behavior, be sure to subscribe to Backyard Bird Mysteries for more fascinating journeys into the lives of the birds living right outside your door. One of the most intriguing discoveries involves what happens at the microscopic level inside a cardinal feather. When we look at a feather, it seems simple enough. But under magnification, feathers reveal incredibly complex structures made of tiny branches and interlocking components. The red pigments become embedded within these structures during feather growth. Once the feather is fully formed, the color remains locked in place until the bird molts and grows new feathers. Unlike human hair, which can continue changing over time, a feather is essentially finished once it grows. That means a cardinal's appearance reflects conditions that existed during the period when those feathers were formed. Scientists sometimes compare this to a biological snapshot. A feather can preserve clues about a bird's health and environment from months earlier. In some studies, researchers have even analyzed feathers to learn about migration patterns, diets, and environmental conditions. What appears to be a simple red feather is actually a record of the bird's life history. Then there is the question of why humans are so captivated by cardinals in the first place. Part of the answer may involve contrast. Few backyard birds display such intense color against ordinary surroundings. A cardinal standing among green leaves is beautiful. A cardinal standing against fresh white snow is unforgettable. Our eyes are naturally drawn toward vivid colors, especially when they appear unexpectedly. Cardinals seem to understand this instinctively. They often perch in highly visible locations where their songs and colors can be noticed by rivals and potential mates alike. For backyard bird watchers, these moments create lasting memories. Many people can recall the first time they saw a cardinal glowing in winter sunlight. The image stays with them for years. Yet perhaps the most amazing part of the story is that the bird's beauty is not accidental. Every bright feather represents millions of years of evolution. Generation after generation, subtle advantages accumulated. Healthier birds displayed richer colors. Females responded to those signals. Successful traits spread through populations. Over vast stretches of time, the brilliant red cardinal emerged. What we see today is the result of countless evolutionary decisions written into the feathers of a single bird. The next time a cardinal lands in your backyard, take a closer look. Behind that flash of crimson lies a hidden story of chemistry, survival, courtship, nutrition, and evolution. That bird is not simply wearing a beautiful color. It is displaying evidence of the food it has found, the challenges it has overcome, and the remarkable biological processes taking place beneath its feathers. What seems like a simple splash of red is actually one of nature's most elegant messages. And astonishingly, scientists are beginning to uncover evidence that some birds may see colors and hidden feather signals completely invisible to human eyes.